Welcome to Blissful Living, a podcast for those of us who are ready to ditch the life clutter and negative vibes so that we can embrace our true potential and live our best lives. I'm Ashley Nicoposta, an interior designer, blogger, author, and most recently a new mom doing my best to figure out how to balance it all and follow my bliss. Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast episode of the Bliss Vibes Only podcast. I am your host, Ashlina Caposta. In case any of you are new here and don't know me, I'm always so excited to talk to you guys, but especially this year because I finally looked at our stats. I really don't ever pay that much attention to how many people listen and download and subscribe. I actually don't really know how to even do that. I just do this podcast because I love it so much. But I will tell you, so far in January, and it's only the 20th, we have doubled what the readership has been in any month last year. So that's so exciting for me. So in 1 month, it is like double any other month we've had. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty proud. And I'm just really glad you guys are loving it. And I hope that this year brings you so much more content, inspiring information. And I mean, really, that's what I want to do with this podcast. I want to share. I want to be inspiring. And I want to help you guys have your best life so you are living blissfully. Okay, so a couple of things to chat about. So one, today, I'm really excited to talk to you about this master bedroom focused tips. That's what we're going to be talking about today. But it really came because I've been amping up or just kind of had a ramp up on my Feng Shui consultations recently. It's kind of crazy. Within the last week, I think I've had 15 different inquiries to get on my calendar. And as most of you know, I'm actually right now in school getting my real estate license to add on to everything that I'm doing. I'll be doing interior design and staging and selling real estate, and I have a vision to really create something awesome and fun that I feel like God put in my heart, and this is the year that it's going to start for me. So I just cannot wait. But because of that, I just think that I'm not going to be able to do as many one-on-one readings. I will take a couple per month, I think. But right now, I just cannot take one every day, basically. So with that, I'm going to be giving you tips. Definitely, they're going to be broad. You take this as you can. I'll talk about the home. I'm even planning on finishing my High Vibe Home e-course so that you guys can take this information home with you and apply it. But if you really need that one-on-one, personalized home reading, which kind of is good if you're really looking for something, if you need answers to something, if you're missing something, or if you feel like you're stuck in a particular area and you're not making progress, whether it's relationship or money or job or just needing some answers, a personal Feng Shui reading with me is what will help you. I'd really love to know your story and connect with you guys. So I will link that in the show notes. You can go to my website, ashleynicoposta.com, get that information and we can work on that together and getting you on my schedule. But for now, I'm going to be sharing some really fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay. So let's get into our prayer. Dear God, universe, all that is, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for the beautiful cold weather that's come to Texas finally. Thank you for the ability to have fresh water and beautiful foods. And really, we are so blessed here to have all that we need at our disposal and allow us to be open to hearing in what areas we can give more. I know our hearts are looking for ways to give back to you and give back to others and give back to the community. And especially on today, an MLK Day, I think it's so important that we receive wisdom about what areas of life we can be more giving for you. Amen. Wow, that prayer was really I always do my prayers and I do them like off the cuff. I do them from the gut. And I just keep having this feeling, this vibe that it is time for me to get involved. It's time for me to be giving back, not just in what I teach and the information that I share, because I obviously love to help people. I love sharing information, but I think I need to be doing it more. And it's just really been brimming on my heart. So I think that's why it came in my prayer. And I also just think it's time, like in the political climate and just what's happening, just seems like there's a lot going on. And I think that for each of you, finding a way that you can give back to your community or people that you feel could use your help, it's just such a heartwarming thing, and it will always, always, always add to your bliss in life. Giving is the best form of receiving, so I cannot express that message enough. So I hope you guys are doing fabulous. I hope that this year has been really productive for you. It has been insane for me. I swear I feel like it, like the second it turned January 1st, it was like go, 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 go. And then it was my birthday on January 8th. And then I started my real estate classes and I've just been getting, these like project requests and job requests, and I've just been so busy doing my jewelry and I'm almost overwhelmed. I think I'm gonna have to hire some people on to help me already because it is wild and it's not even the end of the month. So I know that this month for all of us is probably really just energetic and full of a lot of energy. So that's really, really exciting. So to capitalize on this awesome energy that has been happening, I'm going to give you some tips today to Feng Shui and amp up the energy in your master bedroom. And I think what brings me to this and what makes me feel like this is really important is that our master bedrooms in the home are one of the most important rooms in the house. I mean, if you think about it, it's where you spend a lot of your time. It's where you sleep. It's where you and your partner sleep, where romance begins for you, where children are created, where love and intimacy is shared, where self-love is born, where, sadness goes, tears are. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of heavy stuff and dark stuff and a lot of really bright light and wonderful things that happen in your master bedroom. So it's very, very important that we pay attention to the energy happening in our bedrooms. It's, I want you, if you're parents or moms, teach this to your children too. Their bedroom definitely should serve as an expression of themselves. It should serve as a place for them to really feel safe, to really feel like it's a place to harbor and, get that sanctuary and rejuvenation. And I think as a mom, there's nothing better we can do for ourselves, for our children, than to really like support their home, support their bedroom, make them feel safe and loved, because there are some things we moms cannot do. And, especially as kids grow, they become more independent and they need to learn how to self-soothe. Roman is only 19 months, so I can only imagine what it'll be like in the future. But I know one of the most important things for us has been to teach him how to self-soothe and how to be alone in his room and, have that confidence to take care of himself and understand that he is safe and supported, but he can do that independently. And it's really worked for us and it works for him. He's becoming quite a confident little guy and he loves his room and he's happy to sleep in his room. And I really love that he has that, just that ability to be confident, like as he's going to school and just out in the world, he has that support to come home to. So that's just been something really important for me. But don't forget about you. Don't forget about yourselves. In this first month of the year, we've got a lot going on. I'm sure there's been big job changes and life changes. And I know even with just my Feng Shui clients and what I've been doing, there's some big stuff happening in people's lives. So making sure that your bedroom is your source of sanctuary and peace and healing and love, you just need to really cater to your master bedroom this year. So put down whatever else you're doing, grab a pen and take some notes or make some notes in your phone, because I want you to really think about this and write these things down and remember to do this, okay? All right, so to start, number 1. So the master bedroom serves as a place for, the symbolizing of your relationship and your romantic relationship. So let's say you are looking to attract a mate, okay? Let's say you're single and you're living alone and you were like, I want to meet my soulmate. Look at the condition of your bed. What does your bed look like? What does it feel like? And one of the first ways I can always tell what a person's relationship status is like is by looking at what's happening in their bed and their nightstands. Are your nightstands matching? Are they similar? Are they similar height? Do they have the same amount of space and, hidden space? So are they, big and clunky in the same way, or is one really little and the other one's really big? You want to really pay attention to the nightstands, because if yours is bigger or in some way holds more or is more dominant than the other, then you are either probably single, and that's a sign of that, or you dominate the partnership. You are more of the boss. You have more of the control. You are more of the, just dominant energy. And that is not what we want for a really good, harmonious, stable, and happy relationship. You want both nightstands to be equal or even or similar. You want them to be very similar. They don't have to be the exact same thing, but make sure they're similar height, similar color, and similar in size. Definitely similar in shape. That's also really important too. And that will symbolize harmony. That will symbolize a balance. That will symbolize just an ability to unify, to communicate on the same level, to be both a giver and a receiver in the relationship. And the same goes for the lamps on your nightstand and the things on your nightstand. So for example, for my love and I, we have definitely matching nightstands, because I have known about this for years. And so I've always been super, super anal about matching nightstands and lamps. But I make sure that we both have the same thing. So there's typically stacks of books on either side of our bed. And I usually keep a candle and flowers on my side of the bed, just because I really like that. And we keep the remote controls on his side of the bed, because, that's just tech is more kind of his vibe. So you just kind of want to make sure that, the things that are on your nightstand are expressive of you, and that it's even and it's balanced, especially if you are trying to call in your soulmate. You want to make space for that man or woman to come in. So those drawers should be light. They should be, empty and ready for him to fill in his stuff, or empty and waiting for that person to come in. So just be thinking about that as you go into this year and figure out what it is that you really want in your life. Really create the nightstands and call in that person for you, or create harmony in your current relationship. So that's really, really important. And something else to think about as you are balancing your nightstands is what you have under your bed. You want to make sure your bed, under your bed, is either clean and clear, or there's nothing going on under there that could affect you in any way. I once knew a guy that kept his guns under his bed, and he had all sorts of problems in his romantic relationships. So, and it sounds so simple and silly, but it's really so true. What the energy that you sleep above will kind of seep into your relationship. I don't know why that makes me think of when I was little and we'd watch these Freddy Krueger movies. And I remember once Freddy Krueger would jumped from under the bed, and I was terrified. So I never kept anything under my bed because I was always so scared. But it's just funny because it really is a symbol. Anything under your bed really can come through the bed. That's where you sleep at night. So really be mindful and think about what you have under there, and don't keep it cluttered. Don't have a lot of energy blocking you. You just want it to be light. If anything, I would say store other bedding under there if you need some extra if you're using it as space, just try not to keep anything with like a significant amount of energy underneath there. Okay. 2, on the subject of bedding and beds, how is your bedding? Okay. Think about your sheets, your duvet, and your pillows. Here's something that people never understand, or I never understand why people do it. When you have anything in 3s in your bedroom, it is said to be just bad feng shui because it represents 3 people in your relationship, right? So extra forces coming in. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like another person coming in, but it can. But an extra energy that is like too much. So think like mother-in-law energy, or overbearing bosses energy, things like that can come between relationships. So you want to think about how many pillows, like accent pillows, you have on your bed. Don't do it in 3. How many pieces of art do you have above your headboard? Just don't do it in 3. Keep things in pairs. You want things balanced. You want them in 2s. Okay, especially if you're single and you're calling in a relationship. You're not going to be calling that one soulmate in for you. Maybe you're calling in like a bunch of guys, but they're not the one. So really think about, the number of things around your bed, like pillows and stuff. And you always want new sheets, especially if, let's say you just broke up with someone or you're moving on. Throw away all of those sheets. They hold all of those emotions, those energies, those old feelings. Those are all staying in that bedding. Bedding is like, it's fabric. It's like porous. It's like it soaks up energy. So you want to get rid of all of your bedding and get new bedding. It's a great thing to do in the new year anyway. So it's a good time, but especially in creating a new energy for your romantic relationship. So think about that. Perhaps like for us, I love our duvet. I love our sheets. I love kind of what we have. So I won't be doing that, but I think I'm going to be getting us some new pillows, like some bigger pillows. I want a big set just for the new year. And I particularly like light pink. It goes really well with whites and blacks. It just looks really cute and chic. So I will be adding that because pink is the color of love and romance. Red is the color of passion and seduction. So if you're looking to spice up your love life in your marriage, perhaps maybe you want to think about adding some red sheets or something a little bit red if you want to call in your soulmate, or just spark the love, or perhaps work on cultivating self-love. Using light pink is a really good energetic color for the bed. So think about that as you are going to shop for things and your new sheets and your new bedding. Make it feel refreshed, make it feel amazing, make it feel happy and loving to you, okay? So definitely pay attention to your bed. Number 3. Okay, let's talk about artwork, because artwork and what you have around your room is so important because it affects how you feel not only about your relationship, but how you feel about yourself. Your bedroom, you want to think about it as not only like your love sanctuary, but also your personal self-love sanctuary. Think about it. Typically, if you are meditating, you're probably doing it in your bedroom, or journaling, or reading, an inspirational book, or writing notes, or just those really personal things you do when you retire to your bedroom. You typically are doing them in your bed or near your bed, just prayers and meditation. There's a lot of that self-love and self-healing that happens in your bedroom too. It's where you get beautiful and you put on your creams and your lotions and you get dressed. It's a place where you're cultivating your confidence. That really is the closet, actually, and we can go into that in another blog post or another podcast episode, because the closet really is where you draw your confidence. But that self-love, that grounding, that security within yourself is really, really about your bedroom. So I want you to think about the artwork that you have around your room. It was interesting. So one of my Feng Shui clients recently was this girl who is cultivating herself and looking to find her soulmate and really wanting to zhuzh up her bedroom to make sure she's calling in the one. And it was interesting because the artwork around her room, it was just very young, feminine girl, and there were like pictures of girlfriends hanging out, and there's like this beautiful artist that paints like these women in wine, this like women in wine series, and it's really cool and hip and pretty, but it just was kind of like really giving off the energy of like women hanging out together, drinking wine, gossiping, talking, having fun, but in no way was that energy calling in a romantic lover. It wasn't calling in a man. It was kind of more of a masculine, like women power, like artwork, if that makes any sense. So when you're trying to attract your romantic partner, you really want to make yourself and your bedroom really soft, really feminine, but in the way of reception, like you're receiving something. You want to receive your soulmate. You want to receive that love. So when you've got pictures of like 3 girlfriends hanging out, that doesn't put the energy of like I'm calling in the one. So I want you to really think about that. When you think about who you're calling in, think about your art. You are feathering your nest, so to speak, as you feng shui and you work on yourself and you work on your life and the energy that you are putting into your environment. So think about the artwork around your room. I highly recommend, so above my bed, we actually don't have a lot of art, but right now we have a picture of these 2 like busts that this photographer kind of put together like they're kissing, but they're like marble, busts of like David and I guess a woman or something. And they just look really romantic and cool and arty. That's in our bedroom. It's just like lovers. So art like that, or I'm going to actually have a gift, an Hermes scarf that my boyfriend got me for Christmas a couple years ago. It's huge and it's beautiful, and it's this beautiful work of art, and it's garden. It's like lusciousness. It's like, it looks like tropical jungle. It's plants, it's butterflies. It's like, it's just a lot of lusciousness and growth. Plants kind of symbolize like growth and life and fertility and things like that. So if it's flowers, or if it's plants, or like luscious fruits, or hearts, or singing birds, just make sure that there's pairs of birds and not 3 birds. But, artwork that really symbolizes like luxury and lusciousness and love and growth and life and romance and that kind of thing. Or you also want to have serenity. You want to have peace. So think about like maybe where your TV is and you're watching TV at night, and that kind of like should be a distraction. That's actually super bad feng shui, but like, let's be real, everybody has a TV in their room. So you want to combat that by placing something like a big piece of artwork, like a beach scene, like a calm, beautiful day at the lake, or a vision of the beach, of the water, or of the clouds, like skies, something that's really serene and restful and at peace. But you think about like floating on cloud 9 as how you feel when you're in love, right? So pictures of the sky and clouds and things like that would be wonderful in the bedroom. So just think about that when you go around your room, look at the art, see what it is, and think about this too. You don't want any pictures of family members like staring in the bedroom. Come to think of it, I actually have a little picture of my baby sitting right by my TV. So I probably need to move that to my bathroom or something, but because just think about like in your bedroom, that's a very romantic spot. You only want pictures of yourself together in love, or really beautiful like scenery. Having pictures of your family is like staring at you, and it's just getting way too intimately involved in your relationship. So try to keep like family photos and photos of friends and all that stuff out in your living room, in your dining room, and other places that really support that energy, but not in the bedroom. Okay. Number 4. So lighting is key. And I know that I probably don't talk about it enough, and I really should, but getting a rock salt lamp for your bedroom is like honestly one of the best things you could do. There's so many like health benefits for salt lamps. that you can like run to TJ Maxx, grab one, put it in your room, and you will probably feel a bit different like air and energy. It like lets out electromagnetic ions that are great to breathe in. Like the calming light is good for rest and good as you relax. That's the most important part about it for me, is that having that dim light in your bedroom is so important, especially as you're drifting off to sleep. This last year, we got the Hue Lighting System. And I swear this is not an ad. I think it's called Philips Hue. I'm down if you guys want to sponsor this podcast because I love it so much. But basically, it's a light bulb that you replace your regular lights with. And then there's an app on your phone and you can adjust the lighting however you want. So you can make it light for studying and it'll be really bright and white, or you can make the light like pink or red or blue. You literally can pick any color and just kind of create an ambiance. I'm obsessed. So we actually, like on our app, we kind of have it set to what mood we want the room to be in and the light to automatically go. And there's this one like tropical color that's like pink and purple and gold. It's like the colors of the sunset. It's so gorgeous. And I love to put my nightstands, like my lights in the bedroom, on that before we go to sleep, because what that will do for you is lower your what are those levels? Like it'll lower your insulin levels, I think it's called, whatever the levels that keep stress coming towards you, it lowers them. I cannot think of the word, and I hate when this happens, but I'm sure you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. But you want those levels to go down. You don't want to feel stress. Cortisol, that's what it is. You don't want your cortisol level to spike. That will help your body keep and store fat. It will keep stress happening. It's all the wrong things. So at night, when you're going to bed and you get your lights down and it just feels like flickering candlelight in your room, all of those levels will go down and you'll feel relaxed, you'll feel at peace, you'll feel blissful, and it'll like comfort you in a way that you feel supported, ready to drift off to sleep. Your body will not store fat in the middle of the night. So all of those things are really, really good. And the rock salt lamp is honestly an easy and quick thing to do too. I say the bigger the better. You want that like pink hue in your bedroom. It's so good. I promise they're amazing. So definitely get one of those. You can go to Amazon. But if you want the Philips Hue light bulbs, they are so life-changing. We have them in every room of our place now. We just absolutely love them. So point and moral of the story is work on the lighting in your bedroom so it lowers your cortisol, lowers your stress levels, and lets you go to bed peacefully and gets you in that deep, deep sleep that you need to have a really bright, great, and well-rested morning. Trust me, as a mom, you need it. Okay, number 5, orchids and selenite. Orchids and selenite are my bedroom secret weapons. Here's why. So orchids really are always my secret weapon. Why? Is because they are the flower that tends to last the longest. At least I am really good at keeping orchids for a really long time. In an office, I love to use purple orchids because purple is the color of wealth and abundance and luxury. But white is a really pure color. So I like to make sure that my bedroom always has white orchids. And what that does for your bedroom is it enhances the love, because orchids are a symbol of love. So they represent like love and affection, and they are long lasting. And what a long lasting flower is in Feng Shui, it is energy, it is light energy, it is life energy. It means like long lasting, strong, able to make it through the storms and make it through most things. And that's typically what you want to say about not only yourself, but about your relationship. So if you have nothing in your bedroom, like zero decor, you've got a mattress and pillows and maybe a dresser, get an orchid. Like that is the main thing I would tell you that will be good to feng shui your bedroom. It'll really just bring in the energy of life and love and long lasting, like able to withstand things. So I think that is literally like my number 1 tip: get orchids. Okay. And 2, well, this is really like let's say it's number 5 with an A and a B, and this is the B part, and that is selenite crystal. There are so many good crystals for the bedroom. Rose quartz obviously is great because it's for self-love and self-compassion and healing and brings in romantic love, but selenite is really cleansing, and I like to place my little selenite bars. So I like to buy the Selenite Wands. They can be anywhere from like 4 inches to 12 inches, like however long, probably longer, but I like to put them in the windowsill. And why is because they pull in the light of the moon. You want all the light from the moon, from the sun, to recharge and soak up your crystal. And what that does is it cleanses the light. So it'll pull in that moonlight, it'll pull in that sunlight, and it will like cleanse your energy just by being in your windowsill. It'll cleanse the entire room because it soaks in all the energy you are emitting, and it pulls in all the energy from the sun and the moon, and it does this perfect exchange of that energy and clearing out and purification. And it is just the bomb crystal for your bedroom. Literally, you can put them all over the house. They're fabulous, but for me, I always make sure they are in my bedroom windowsill because I know my bedroom is the place where I spend my most time. It's where I just connect with myself the most, connect with spirit the most, connect with my partner the most. It's the most important room that holds all of the most important things that I really do and that I really need to go out and approach the day with confidence, with power, with bringing my best self to the world, right? So think about that. Think about your bedroom and why it's so important that you get the energy in there right, why you really work on spending time there and watch your intentions in your room and do the best that you can to make it the most heavenly, beautiful, luxurious, calming, passionate, beautiful, glamorous, wonderful sanctuary you can possibly make it. So with that, I will leave you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode because I love sharing this stuff. So if you have questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment. I love 5 stars, by the way, but leave a comment, or you can connect with me on Instagram or write me an email, DM me, whatever you want to do, ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. I love hearing what you guys have to say, and I love talking to you about this stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, you can totally come get a Feng Shui consultation with me. I would love to help you and see if maybe your bedroom is a little stuck and see how we can unblock it. These tips in this episode should totally help you too. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of the week. I hope all your dreams come true. Go out and get what you want. I love you. Have a beautiful and blissful day.